Shout out to BGS Igmore. He's got a video on emotional intelligence. I didn't know if that was a response or not, but some of the stuff I may say is redundant. I'm in here getting my tire fixed, so I'm just while I'm waiting, drop a video real quick. This is for Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Um, I don't know him, so I'm just gonna say that. His channel's got a little bit less views than I do. And I looked at some of his videos; they seem like they all right. But this, I'm just responding to one video, so people could just take that as what it is. Um, and this is, and I shared it in the community tab, so you all check that out. BGS has his video; he just uploaded. So definitely check out that. I listened to maybe like 8 minutes of it. So this is like my thoughts. So as far as what the video is about, to give a synopsis, the video is pretty much about the black male academics, not, I guess, coming into the manosphere and apparently saying the same things that we say or coming to the same conclusions that we say, but it's framed in a way. And so what he said specifically was pretty much they're not really, they're not showing the way. They're not like leading, or they're not coming up with solutions. They're just pretty much speaking to what the problem is. And the question is, why are they here if that's what they're going to do? And he didn't say it like viciously or anything like that. He's saying it very diplomatically. So this is not about me trying to throw an arrow or something, but this is me just addressing, it's a point that was brought up and I'm addressing it. I just woke up. That's why I'm kind of lethargic. So whatever. Um, and this thing about trauma and who hurt you, that's why I call it the who hurt you remix, because that's, I've heard that phrase before, with emotional intelligence used as a way of saying that there's trauma. And this is what I would say to that. When I use the terms honesty and candor, nobody wants to really look at this thing and say this is what it is. I I think it's kind of like global warming, where it's like you see it, it's there, but because it's not directly affecting you in a very kinetic way all the time necessarily, it doesn't rise to the level of something that just needs to be urgently and unapologetically dealt with. And it's kind of like one of those things, just maybe in a more compacted setting. So people always want to find a way to equalize stuff. Like, you have to understand that when you're in a gynocracy, the goal, the people, whether they're consciously doing it or subconsciously doing it, they always want to say, well, black men are just as fucked up as black women. Now, you notice how we're very comfortable, and I'm not saying this is what he said, this is what I'm putting into it, that we're very comfortable saying niggas ain't shit, what black men need to do, black men need to handle responsibility. You rarely hear dudes really push back on that, right? Like they accept that for what it is. But whenever it's time to say, okay, this is, we're not even talking about what women need to do for black men. We're talking about what women need to do for their own long-term outcomes. That's all we're really talking about here. We're not even into what you need to do for black men. Well, that's not really a conversation that's ever really had in the manosphere, because one of the foundations of the manosphere is the black manosphere is responding to a lot of the the untruths and propaganda that's been put out there for 30 years and actually longer about black men, as to why black women are in the position they're in individually or as a collective group. Like, they don't have what they have as women compared to other women because the black man is fucked up. That's basically what a lot of women say. And that's basically what provincial wisdom is. And the truth is, the whole society, there's a lot of economics, there's a lot of social movements, there's a lot of political stuff that's built on people believing that. So they've been allowed to propagate that for the most part. Just like how Me Too has always not been able to do what they've been able to do until recently. There's reasons for that. The Me Too movement and stuff like that is a way of regulating men, white men that are not really in the top 1%. That's really what that is. Because you don't see, because yeah, you talk about Harvey Weinstein and all of that, but outside of that, you don't see a whole bunch of people falling on the sword. Jeffrey Epstein had to get like straight up caught, like almost red-handed. So So what I would say to the brother is this. Number one, it's not It's not that, well, let me say it this way. There's levels to the black manosphere. That's the thing I think people miss. You have the audience, you have content creators, but there's even levels to the content creators where the problem is everybody is not the most everybody can speak on their own experience, but everybody is not the most qualified to speak to the greater thing, and everybody has slightly different agendas as far as how they go about this. BGS is technically, well, in this space we'll say BGS is an it more, I am too, Black Ram is an ig more. And so we come at this from a more intelligent, you know, a more intelligent, really breakdown sort of way. We don't shout out to Knight Templar. We don't come at this from a who hurt you stand. Like BGS has children, has grandchildren with more than one female. You know, like a lot of these dudes, like when we look at these dudes, we make assumptions because what we're doing is we're applying the whole thing and looking at all the different sectors in the black manosphere, and then like making these assumptions about people. And the truth is, most of the people in the content creators, and quite frankly a lot of the audience members, based on the people that has come up, do not have issues with women in the way that people are talking about. Now they may have some quote unquote trauma, but to the extent of the trauma is to the extent of the fact that they have an inability to interact with women is not the problem. Black men don't have an inability of interacting with women. We are taught and trained how to interact with our women, how to deal with our women. It's our women that don't have an ability, don't know how to interact with us in a way that actually gets things done. A lot of dudes can't say that without seeming like it's blame, because again, black people see things as it's all your fault and it's all my fault. We don't see it as rolling the tape. And then when you roll a tape, there's ratios of what this and what that is. This is not to say that black men don't have problems. If we're going to talk about what needs to be done in the black community and how people need to come together, if we're going to frame it from a perspective of we can't just be like, because the 50-50 game is just another way of putting the onerous on men. It's basically saying, well, if men do what they need to do, the women will calm down and do what they're supposed to do. That's basically what it is. That's basically all you're really saying. And then going at the academics' job is not to create solutions. That's not their job. That's really not. The academics' job is to provide the best data. They are referees, period. Their job is to do the social research, the data research. It's kind of like a real estate agent that can tap into the MLS back in the day. Their job is to tap into the deep, hard data, and basically provide us with information that pretty much says what we're saying is ultimately full of shit or validating what we say. The information, and I'm glad we got more than one, because it's not just one that it's not just we can get a second opinion. So when you look at Dr. Tommy Curry, Dr. Tia Son Johnson, I don't know if Green Gorillas and actually in because those two are actually in a school. I don't know if Green Gorilla and Ron O'Neal are actually in the school, but if they have their doctors, they have them too. We have different levels of it. That's their job. And to be honest with you, they're human too. But that's their job and that's their only role. That's the value add they give. And with respect to Dr. Tommy Curry, Dr. Tia Son Johnson, this is their work. This is a big part of their work. But as far as why they do two things in the manosphere. Number one, they validate just the fact that they have the credibility of going over what we say and applying it to hard data, the data that people politically ignore because it's not politically convenient to tell the truth. So, we already know the politics behind academia. So we needed people to pretty much say, is what we're saying correct or is it not correct? And they give that kind of certification from I'm a notary public. They give that notary stamp. And then their job also is just the fact that they're either doing this work gives us more credibility to it, and then give us the hard data so we can further refine what we're talking about. I mean, I know what I'm talking about is right, but it's just a matter of creating extra clarity and then giving us that foundation that our work has been, when I say work, our talking points have been gone over. That's their job. That's the value add. They are not here to give us solutions. They are not here to lead us. They can give recommendations based on the data as they see it, like anybody else, obviously. And obviously their stuff is going to carry a certain amount of weight because they can see the hard data. That's true. But That's not their primary job, is to come in here and tell us what to do. And for you even to say that kind of has me looking at you kind of funny. It's like, why would you think that an academic is going to be a professional in dealing with black intersocial personal issues? Why would you think that? Now, to give you some leeway, there's a woman by the name of Butterfly Shauna. She is married, New Jersey. I would definitely recommend you check her out. She just got her doctorate recently. She owns her own not psychology business, but she basically she deals with marriage counseling. That's where her practice is in, focuses on. But she's married to a black entrepreneur, and I first found her on Boyce Watkins stuff. She's a coach, but she has her doctorate, all of that, her own business, doctorate, deals with husband, entrepreneur, both black experience, black excellence. She's obviously educated in the thing that she's talking about. I would recommend, she would be more qualified to actually talk about what you're talking about than what you're referencing than any of them would, because they're looking at it from a macro point of view versus she's looking at it from a more one on individual point of view. And quite frankly, she won't go as far as what we'll go, but she's candid about things that she's had to deal with and some of the things that comes up. So the point is, like, it's kind of like, okay, well, they're an academic, we're going to automatically uplift them to be smarter than us, which is not necessarily true. Like, so when you look at the people like BGS, Knight Templar, and other people as red, well, I mean, who do you think attracted them to this space? Like, the thing is, and BGS, I would argue, is a superior to them. Maybe not. You could argue Tommy Curry and T.S. is equal, but he's a superior to most of these academics. Because most of these academics, because they refuse to or they can't, because I understand, I'm not expecting to blow up their careers. They can't speak on this stuff. They can't. So it was the points that we brought up that pretty much attracted them to what we were talking about, because it was something they was already talking about, and they saw this pool of people. Some of them were better than others. Was like, well, goddamn, this is actually the market by which my work is based on, and they're coming to the same conclusions, and they don't even have the academic acumen that they have. And these are people from diverse backgrounds, diverse regions, diverse makeups, diverse income levels, all diverse generations. It's a really great pool for somebody in their position. But going back to the points, and shout out to Cisco for the super chat. I appreciate that. I would invite him to feel free to come on any panel, probably BGS's, because that's going to be the one that's going to get you more to the lane that you want, where the conversation will be serious while you want to come in, and then have a chat. I would love to hear what you got to say against BGS, because against, not being against them, but like, that stuff can be fleshed out, because even BGS said that maybe it wasn't focused. And it did sound like kind of a stream of consciousness. But the thing about it is, you all talk about solutions. The problem is not that we don't have solutions. The problem is you don't like the answers we have. You don't like our solutions. And that's a personal problem. You said it in the video. You said, the solution is not to walk away. It's not so much walking away, it's letting the market bear what it bears. It's saying all of the credit that people want to get, and they're using it horribly. Okay, now I'm about to do what's in my best interest. That's all that is. I look at it like an insurance policy. If you look at a community like an insurance policy, what do you see? You see a pool of people that invest into a focal point, and then the individuals get benefits when they need to tap those benefits as a result of the pool of people. Everybody's not supposed to get the benefits. It's a matter of probability as to when it's there, it's there. The problem is, what you have is people expecting people to invest all of this shit, and then only certain people can pull the benefits. I then ask you, what is the benefits of black men when it comes to the black community? A lot of people can't answer these simple questions. Maybe you have in your video. I'm only looking at you with this one. If I say, what is the value of marriage for black? These questions can't be answered. They can't be. Most people can't answer them because they never thought about them, number one. And number two, if they don't have a real answer. So they come back to who hurt you, the trauma stuff. Like, let's stop acting like black men for like 2 generations now have been growing up in this shit. We're not traumatized like that to the point where we just don't have it. Like my whole family dates black women. Like, we're not fucking traumatized like that. Like you want to say. Everybody's not traumatized. Like, even most of the black men in the manosphere still deal with black women. A lot of the black men in the manosphere have baby mamas. So this issue where we're so traumatized, where we're socially unintelligent or it's BS. And I uploaded a thumbnail showing what the definition of emotional intelligence is, because there's seven forms of intelligence. You have logical, which, math, logical, emotional, musical, linguistic, social intelligence, and these are different ways of measuring somebody's whole capacity. Because somebody that may not be the most logical person may be able to read people. That's one thing George W. Bush used to say. He used to say, "I'm not the smartest person in the room necessarily at the level that he's at, but I know how to read people probably better than anybody." And he stood on that. Now, say what you want to about that and Dick Cheney, but that's besides the point. The point is, you using emotional intelligence in reference to trauma is not the proper way of even using the word, and BGS goes into that. This like, and it's kind of, and if anything, I would say that in the reverse. I would say that in reverse as far as emotional, and BGS goes in there as far as women emotional intelligence. But and then saying the word heal. I'm gonna tell you right now, if I hear any black man use the term heal, they're automatically on my suspect list. Quite frankly, if I use anybody using the term heal, because that's a buzzword that we like to use as black people. That's like a procrastination term. Heal. Heal. What does that mean? Like, oh, we need to heal. Basically, I hear that and I hear, well, we need to just get back, go. It basically means, and it's interesting, your name is Black Sheep TV, because it's almost like, okay, you need to convert back into a sheep. That's what healing is. Because the problem is not that black men don't want to get married, black men don't want families. That's not the issue. The issue is the environment, the legal environment, the social environment, and quite frankly, the value add of what marriage is supposed to be is not there. Me personally, I say the laws need to be updated. And I'm not even talking about, oh, well, they need to be updated to benefit the man. No, they need to be updated to benefit the breadwinner. And if you're the breadwinner, irregardless of a man or a woman, you should be protected, because the truth is, in this society, there's women have access to employment. People have access to things they didn't have access to before. And it's not like men absolutely need, really protection when it comes to a breadwinner. Because at the end of the day, they're going to say that, well, men are men anyway. So that's a genderless way of approaching it. So people can't come and say, oh, well, it's just about women. No, we need the laws to be updated. That's all it is. And some people are getting married still, but it's not. The problem is not that black men don't want to deal with black women. Really, the problem is black men are not getting married. And then when you look at the zillennials, and here's another thing how I know that trauma shit is bullshit. The zillennials don't have trauma. They are just choosing what they're choosing. They are 22 years old. They will be, my youngest brother is 24. He is right on the bleeding edge, right, like one of the last millennials. The zillennials are 22 years old. In 8 years, they will be 30. That means they will occupy the prime dating market. As far as a woman's prime years, men's prime years are like 35, like 33, 37, like stuff like that. You start look at combination and everything. And you know and the thing is, talking about what we need to do, they're not doing that because they don't need to heal. They're just choosing what's in their best interest. And the 20% of black women that are on point, they're gonna not have problems. The ones that they know how to deal with men, to get what they need to get out of them, they'll be fine. And it's not even about looks either. Black men are not that complicated. It's not that black men are hurt. Black men are tired of dealing with bullshit. And the thing is, we deal with black women all the time. So even to the extent that people like to say who hurt you and all of this, it's not that serious, man. It's really not. But Like I said, the millennials don't have trauma. That's like saying, well, the reason why a black man would date a lot too, because he has trauma. No, that's not how it is, dude. We live in an interpersonal, or intercultural society. The sexual marketplace is gonna be what it is. And then if you have women that are showing you campaigning for you, you're gonna choose them. My brothers never had issues with sisters, and that's what they chose. If dudes have issues with it, it's not because they're traumatized. And some of these dudes are traumatized. Some of these dudes have issues. I'm not gonna say that, but the thing about it is, I think you have a very wide band of what that is. And again, we have black men that have children, black men that have nothing but that have raised children to adulthood, black men that have nothing but daughters in our in this space. A lot of black men that don't have kids, a lot of black men that can have no problem getting women, whether it's and that are black. We don't have that. Like, I asked who are you looking at? Because within the span of channels I'm looking at, that's not as big of a problem. So I just wanted to put that out there, and say what that shit really is, because, and again, it's a 10-minute video. It's a stream of consciousness. Whatever. I don't know him. I'd be interested in hearing him talk to BGS. An angry man who's in like his whole section is about relationships. Well, not section, but law relations. It's not that serious. And I think it's like, I ask, who y'all listening to when y'all come up with some of these conclusions about trauma? And yes, I've been going back and forth with some of you, some of the audience, because y'all act like y'all wanna, I love that Kevin Samuels term, that gut you term, that get you told term. Because a lot of y'all are in the mode of wanting to get people told. And some of you, and what I notice is a lot of y'all that do that be the main ones that's got kids. So it's not like y'all can't get women. So when it comes to who the main players are, there's more than enough people that can have an intelligent conversation, about the situation. And it's not just BGS and them. Shout out to Roger Report and Kev too. Shout out to Donnie. So this idea that it's just, oh, well, black men need to get healed. We both need to heal. People saying we both need. See, it's just like, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna answer y'all questions in the comments. It's just, make sure y'all get them likes up. Let's get them over 50. It's 36. It's just like when people use the term people of color. You can't just say black. It's got to be people of color. Always, always, always. And we know what time that is. That's called benign neglect. They try to talk about, well, we just need to get votes for everybody, but they notice they never worry about it. They never worry about putting black people, the Democrats, black people with other people, but they always got to put other people with black people. We know what benign neglect is, even though they don't say it. And it's the same thing here. It can't be, well, they just need to get their shit together and they will have better outcomes. The men that already got their shit together will find them for the most part, or they will have better outcomes. It can't be that. It always has to be, well, we both need to get it together. Whenever you talk about dudes, wherever you talk about women, we both need to get back together. And these are ways of dudes to come in trying to be diplomatic about it. And it's like, dude, I'm not here to blame nobody. I wish it was that niggas weren't shit and niggas need to get it together. Because guess what? That'd be a lot easier to deal with. But it's not that. It's not that to that extent. So when people talk about they need to get healed, let's be clear here. You are not interested in black men getting healed if black men are not going to be with black women. You're not interested in that. I can kind of get that from the video. You're interested in basically black men getting healed so they can give you a certain result. And the reason why that's important, because then the question becomes, well, do you care about the black community? Because why would you say that? The reason why I'm saying that is because at the end of the day, the black community has to be what's in the best interest of black men. I submit to you, it's not right now. That's how far the black community's gotten. Yet they expect black men to come in here and do all this stuff. You can trace that all the way back to the boys. So, I mean, my thing is the community, time is moving every time. So all this time wasting, when people are wanting to talk about false solutions that they don't have, healing is not a solution, man. Because the reality is, if you're going to say healing, then my thing is you need to move on to somebody that's qualified to actually get the outcome. Because if they need to heal, you're saying that they don't have they don't have the capacity to be functional at that point. So this is where I tell women, if you, then y'all need to just go find a man in the diaspora, whatever, that can do what you want to do. If it's really that black men are the problem, then that's what you need to go to do. Even if you got a hot racist, that's my suggestion. But we know that's not the only problem. That's not the main problem. That's a deflection. And we got to stop deflecting. Now, to throw him a bone a little bit, one thing that BG has revealed is something that I never considered, because I don't know everything, is the fact that if a black woman were to walk up to a man, a black man, and say, "I'll do whatever you want. What do you want me to do?" What percentage of black men would actually have an agenda ready for that woman, ready to go? And 90% wouldn't. Maybe it's not that high, but it's very high. And that's something that black men need to do from themselves. That's not, but see, again, black men were raised to serve and not be served. This is why black men have a problem with dealing with women that are really, really submissive, because they've never been taught to do that. They've always been taught to piggyback off their women. Not, well, it's on me to basically lead everything like I'm leading the child. That's weird to black men. So again, that's not so much needing to be healed. You just need to be recalibrated. And those are the ones that even find this information. But yeah, and then a lot of black men are choosing women based on not having that information or that calibration. So this is not me saying, oh, it's nothing dudes need to do, blah, blah, blah. But see, the thing about it is, when they do that, then they're going to be looking for women that are aligned with that. Again, black men ain't been on mainstream media complaining all day, every day. There's not an economy built around black men complaining. We're really talking about one sector of YouTube. And it ain't no like social political movement of black men. Like, the biggest hit to that was what we saw with the election that happened past. So anyway, that's my 2 cents on that. Let's go through you all's questions real quick. What's up, Pharaoh? What's up, Archer? What's up, Super Triz? Latrell, Roastmaster. Yeah, I'm enjoying the weekend. It's cold, it's raining, but we're getting it done. I'm getting these tires done, my procrastinating ass. What's up, Cricket? Dark Calypso, Blackheart, will you whoop with the camel whip? Oh, man, dude, come on. And I do need to get better at doing it in the main Telegram. That's another thing, y'all. I'm about to have my subdomains in a second. That's pretty much finished. So yeah, make sure you all look out for my Telegram. Make sure you, if you're not subscribed to Classic Men Mag, make sure you subscribe to that stuff, because it's great stuff coming on there. Yeah. Archer, that's always the go-to. We only feel this way because we can't. Yeah, it always is. And I always tell people to answer that. Remove anybody that doesn't have children. And do you still have a problem with the black community? You obviously do. So to say, but that's not really what he was saying. What he was really saying was the academics are not coming in here and basically preaching to us and telling us solutions based on the data they have, because the data they have are reinforcing what we're talking about. And he has a problem, and ultimately, I think he has a problem with that. And he's trying to frame it from a perspective of not having solutions. Well, the BMAs have the same problem that we have, which is probably all I hear is with women. Well, dude, again, the reason why the women are the focal point in the manosphere is because that is the direct point of contact to the gynocracy. It's not about not getting women, because a lot of dudes got kids. It's about the system, and then the women are pretty much, it's like complaining about the police. The real issue is not the police. The real issue is the state. It's just the police is the direct point of contact by which you deal with the state when all this shit happens, because the police are state backed. That's all it is. But you perceive it as complaining about women, and I can tell with his vernacular that he's one of these like dudes that, look, you can already tell. Yeah, nigga, I ain't got no issue with women. Man, they ain't got no problem with me. So they can't relate. And rather than admitting, nigga, you can't relate, what it is, oh well, you niggas, who hurt you? And that's like talking to a 2D character about 3 dimensions. Because dudes like that don't see the guy knock all the time. Now, this is not always true. Shout out to Knights Templar. And I would say that dudes like that need to talk to other dudes to get it. Like, this is what people like Knights Templars for. This is what I told Male Enlightenment. Why he's needed. Because just like how we need academics, we need urban dudes to get what we're talking about. They don't have these problems, and it's already certified they don't have these problems. So now we can have a real conversation and not dudes mentally lean on those issues. Shout out to the $5 super chat, Cisco. We must confront these. Well, again, I'm not about calling names or anything like that. I don't know. This is a video BGS put up. I'm just giving my response. Okay, I see you're here. When I say suspect, I'm not talking about you being gay. When I say suspect, what I'm talking about particularly is you're suspect for basically I gotta look at all your videos and see what part of the spectrum are you on? One moment. What I'm saying is suspect is the same term I use for niggas that's got nothing but daughters. I need to now say, okay, let me look at more of your videos to see if this are you where are you on the gynocentric bar, if you will. Are you one of these dudes that's like Umar Johnson? Well, Umar's been saying some real shit lately, but are you one of these dudes that's on the how can we come together? The gynocracy don't exist, is really 50-50 because I don't know you. So when I hear stuff like heal, Rebecca Lynn Pope used that term. I hear people use the term heal. That's really a term a woman uses, to be honest with you. So that trips wires me when I hear that. Like, why are you talking about heal? As if men are like broken out here like that. Yeah, I'm moving. So anyway, like I was saying, so yeah, when you talk about heal, yeah, I mean you can laugh it off. Like I said, man, this is not meant for me to jump on you. This is me responding just to the video that you gave. So it is what it is. You can LOL all you want to. I'm not the one you need to talk to. Really, it's BGS. Now me, I can make it real simple. Let's see. 1 second. Get. Y'all chill the fuck out in the chat. I'm not giving him work. I'm not doing that. This is not what this is meant to be. This is somebody to put out a legitimate questionnaire on what the academics are doing, and I'm clarifying it based on my perspective. This is not me giving him work. This is stop using those buzzwords, y'all. Chill the fuck out. He took the time to come over here to ask questions, see what the fuck was going on, and I appreciate that. This is not some back and forth bullshit. That's not what I'm doing. And y'all know that's not really what I do anyway. I talk to the points. That's it. So let's stop talking oh, he giving you work. He doing that. He like y'all gotta stop that hype man bullshit. Like for real. Like seriously. That's not what this is for. In fact, I'm about to go look at what he said so I can see what you're talking about. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because a lot of these dudes, people come at it from different angles. A lot of dudes come at it, well, we need to just come together because we both fucked up. We both hurt each other, which pretty much tells me that people don't, those dudes, which I don't know if that's who you are or not, but they don't have the ability to actually call proper balls and strikes. They have this like emotion, these things where they wanna make it like, well, black men are upset because there's something fundamentally wrong with black men, not wrong with the system. Which is code for when niggas are getting off the program, and that's a problem. The program serves women right now. It's not hard. And the very fact that this video, you even expected the academics to come in and quote unquote provide solutions, like just because somebody educated, that don't really mean shit. That's why traditionally, yeah, it really don't. But I already said that. So anyway, let's see what we dealing with. Shout out to Black Huru. He's the dude that has all daughters. Shout out to Dre, dude that had to pay his woman to go away and raise his kid. So this idea, and some dudes, like I said, some dudes have trauma. I'm not saying that, but I think the scope in which we try to act like that is no. That's all to know. And I think, and again, it's just a 10-minute video. It's a stream of consciousness. And like I said, I invite, you to have a conversation. That's all that is. Because this stuff sometimes needs to be ironed out in real time. And BGS said that. I'm giving my 2 cents though, based on, because I listened to your video and I don't listen to one. Usually I would listen to more just so I know what I'm talking about and just zoom through it, because I can listen to stuff at 2 times playback speed, but I had to get these tires done. So I did that first. So maybe I'll do that while I'm dealing with some other shit. Yeah, I hate when motherfuckers are like, nigga giving you that work. I'm not giving him that work. That's not what this is. Y'all gotta stop that shit. Niggas always want to hype some shit up, man. God damn. I appreciate it, but damn, y'all. That's what, like that. And another thing, that's what I'm talking about with y'all. Some of y'all be wanting to drill these chicks when they come on. Y'all gotta stop doing that, because that makes it easy for people to come in here and act like you have these conversations. Because what a couple of y'all did. I'm not exaggerating, dude. I'm not like, nigga, fuck me. Go, BGS don't exaggerate. So go listen to his video. You want a proper response. I'm not exaggerating. I mean, I put my stuff out straight like that. And this is what we're going to do. Always advise black men to go find happiness. Okay, so that's what you do. I mean, again, I said up front, I know you came late. I said up front, I'm responding to the video. I don't know you. I don't know what you're about. I don't know who you are. I looked at least some of the titles of your video. So this is based on the video you put. That's what I'm putting. So stop trying to act like I'm exaggerating. I'm being hyperbolic. You don't, what? LOL. Come on, man. If you're gonna actually type something, actually type something. Stop doing that like no fucks given bullshit, because I'm not even coming at you like that. That's all it is. I mean, LOL, I don't know, blah, blah. I don't do that with people. But I will say, I mean, it's like, what solutions do you expect the academics to give? And the academics are not even qualified to give that. Also, since we're on here, the thing about emotional intelligence has nothing to do with trauma. And by the way, so are you saying that black men need more emotional intelligence in order to deal with black women? Like, I don't understand where that even comes from. And a lot of times, and then shout out to Dre. I'll even give you an example. Like Dre, I said the same thing, said a similar thing to Dre last night. When Dre kept on saying the same thing over and over again, talking about, well, the problem, what you need to do is you just need to tell them how you feel. Tell them how the fuck you, tell them what it is, and put your damn dick on the table and smack them with it, which is basically what he said. And I'm like, well, nigga, in the back of my mind, I'm like, nigga, you have to pay a bitch to leave. Like you took care of your kid and had to pay her to go. So I mean, like, how could, and this is not to say that Dre can't deal with women. Of course, it's not to say that. But you can't alpha your way. If a chick want to be what they want to be and they just want to kamikaze everything, ain't nothing you can really do. Which is why he made the decision to do that, for his own stress levels. But the thing is, sometimes we get in this mode where it's like, well, these niggas are just da-da-da. Which, and it speaks to, like, individually, we're dealing with what we're dealing with. YouTube is not something where we're just coming to it crying because we're taking L's. We're like the New York Knicks, and we just fucking can't win a game to save our life, and we're just having this self-help. That's not what that is. Not for a lot of people you hearing talking. We're living lives, doing what we're doing. I mean, shit. Like, you shout out to Dennis Sperling. Damn the academics. You got Dennis Sperling. You got Glendon Cameron. You've got business guys. Business guys that and they're arguing women. Like, so the thing about it is like the trauma, and these are dudes that went through some shit. Some of them are going through some shit. So it's like, we got all of that covered, and they're saying the same thing. I mean, Kevin, he like to experiment. All those calls, he has built up a database of calls of women that voluntarily call, and you see all, like, he's running, 7K, 10K, and a show now. I mean, I don't know what people need to see before we start calling an elephant an elephant. Is there things black men need to do? Sure. There's always things black men need to do. But black men are not in denial of that. Like this idea that black men are in denial, the manospheres have wars about what black men need to do. Kevin was brought in by BGS because certain black men, like the academics are talking about, needed to get certain things ironed out. Black men are not have no problem taking correction. But what we're not going to do is say we're in a free fire zone and everybody's got like a M16 rifle with 1,000 ammo and you just got some kind of bullshit ass pistol and then you're told to go into a free fire zone and then say, well, just make sure your aim is right but you only got like 30 rounds or 8 rounds or some shit. You're not gonna say, and then we're gonna just say, well, you just need to fix. We're not gonna do that. And that's what I kind of got from the video. And I'm not exaggerating. Like I said, maybe your videos are great. I don't know. You can just consider this shit promotion. Shit. Because like I said, I'm not here to come at you like that. And make no mistake, if I had something I really disagree with, I would disagree with it. And I have no problem talking to you on a live stream or anything like that. Again, that's another, but I'm just saying, like, I'm very curious as to why you thought these academics were going to come in here and what, tell us that everything we were talking about was on some bullshit. We don't need academics to tell us we need to fix ourselves. Well, we just need the data that shows that the truth is niggas ain't shit and they need to get their shit together. Y'all been hurt. Who Hurt You remix? That's gonna be, man, fuck, I'm gonna get Game Changer on that. That's gonna be a new fucking song. No, I'm not grumpy, man. I just woke up. I'm not grumpy, y'all. Don't do that. Yes, I am reading old messages. I like to get all my messages, but I'm at the bottom now. Shout out to BGS. Yeah, talk to the master teacher. Shit, I'm just a nigga. I'm just a thinker. So talk to BGS because, like, my thing is BGS is the one on his video, promoting his video, telling dudes what they need to do and calling proper balls and strikes. Have no problem with that. But I think the problem in the black community is we don't see what needs to be seen in the way it needs to be seen. We just don't. Black people, it's kind of like when BGS says that when you all of us are white supremacists because we all go through the pressured school system. And we know what that means when we learned it. We all learned what it is to be American. We didn't learn about African history and all that. So we're not going to be as emotionally tied into it as we would, European shit, because that's what we learned. We had to unlearn that. And the problem is when it comes to what really needs to be done in the community to have a candid conversation, it's still this resistance. And it's still this, well, there is nobody, it's not like, well, black men have been told what they need to do, and now black men are like, fuck that has been dropped down to 50, and now women all of a sudden are getting all the heat. That's not what it is. It's just like when I talk to some of these women out here, and they'll say, well, all I see is motherfuckers telling me what I need to do. I'm like, well, what the fuck are you in social media? Because most social media is gassing chicks up. Like, it's hard to find this shit. Like, are you serious? Like, they try to make it like everywhere it is, there you are bullshit. No, Roastmaster, here's the thing. And Jason Black, I still, like, again, I gotta call a spade a spade. Here's the truth is, Jason has been doing that with After Hours. And Jason acknowledged the differences of Kevin. My problem with Jason is Jason has to stop acting like he's the only nigga outside of him, outside of Tariq and Professor Black Truth and him, everybody else is on some bullshit. He's got to stop doing that. That's what I don't like about Jason Black. And I've tolerated that for a long time. I've tolerated the little light skinned disses, even though light skinned motherfuckers are doing a hell of a lot, and he knows it. That's why he chilled on that shit after a while, because he really got tired of dudes that look like him, you know, how he really look like him, the percentage of ratios of motherfuckers giving him money and shit, like not where he thinks it should be, and then motherfuckers that quite frankly he don't even know why they giving it, aka like said, overdoing it. So he had to chill the fuck out on that. He really did, because he had to look at who's actually putting pound to the pavement. But he on this now, he wants to be like, oh, the Manosphere's Manosphere's not copying him. The Manosphere predates him. Jason Black is a Tommy, like, you know, the Manosphere, like he cut that shit out. As if we just, everybody don't listen to him. Everybody don't even know who Jason Black is like that. So no, Jason Black, I wouldn't say is copying Kevin, because he had the after hours. He had the biz. He was interviewing women, I guess. So yeah, but the truth is, I'm happy, good, because some of these chicks need a second opinion. I am happy. I want more dudes. I want great thing, because this allows the truth to express itself. Let me be very clear here. Jason goes telling them chicks the same shit that Kevin is. The only difference is Jason will probably go in a lot more detail on the phone and telling them what they need to do and giving them more suggestions, because of the format of his shows are typically longer. But people are interested in dudes that have a perceived authority talking to women. So if you can, and now we're gonna say, well, Jason Black's just a voice. Jason Black raised $600,000, $750,000 with documentaries. So we're gonna say, oh, well, he don't make no money. So it's a great thing. It's a beautiful thing. Dennis doing what he's doing with getting other high value, quote unquote, black men, you know, on some of these are 7-figure guys. It's a beautiful thing, because it gets past a lot of the bullshit. It's a beautiful thing. And if Derek Jackson does it, it's a beautiful thing. Satan Center talking all that shit. You do it. Fuck that bullshit. Call in, you give your suggestions, so we can hear, people can compare and contrast. I am all for an open market where because the truth is gonna win. Because two things are gonna happen, could happen. One is you start to see how full of shit these people are, and you start to see that this advice is really concurrent. Or what's going to happen is it's going to be a live version of women wanting to be told what they want to hear, and other women are going to see that for what it is. It's a difference between making a video and then putting it out there, and then you have to respond to somebody's situation in real time. What you might find is Derek Jackson might sound eerily similar to Kevin. Or if Derek Jackson still does B's Derek Jackson, right? What's gonna happen there is, you know, it's gonna be non-answer answers. This is why these people don't do this shit. There's a reason they don't do it. There's a reason they don't do live streams. There is a reason why they don't do that. There's a reason why even the females don't like to interact with the dudes. Or they like to pick and choose which dudes to interact with. They're really hands off on that shit. Because the truth is, they know they don't stand on shit. They know it. Let's see what y'all got. Okay, All right, man. Then that's the last time I'm gonna say that. Then, all right, you said you anti-gynocrat, so that's official. Most dudes that are anti-gynocrat wouldn't say that. Like I said, man, I don't know you. This is not me trying to attack you. It's really not. It's really not. I mean that. So he said he's anti-gynocrat, and like I said, I said I saw one video. Hell, if anything, like I said, this will give you some subscribership to the greater manosphere. No, it's not like that. Like, it's not like that. This is an inquiry. This is not a y'all. It's shaming. It's all. It ain't at that level, because if it was at that level, I would use the term to match that. I don't know, because I'm saying everybody's on the spectrum. Like, you got dudes that would qualify for what you're talking about, but you know, I think people like to say, well, that's the issue. We all just need to heal. Well, I mean, that's, like Prophet of Truth asked, well, we need to just make sure we all have the same values. I asked him what values mean, and he just basically repeated values over and over and over again. I said, no, 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 no. For instance, privacy is a value. Cooperation is a value. Not, well, we just need to line up on values and then just say it again. Nah, Jason Black's not a simp. No, he's not. Remember, Jason Black has his own copyrighted terms too. Bastard baby maker, whorehouse rules. Jason Black is not a simp. Yeah, I do. Yeah, you right, Roastmaster. And make sure y'all hit me on the Cash App. It's Allen100 KALLEN 100K. I appreciate that. Any tips or support for this real shit will be definitely appreciated. Hit that super chat. Make sure you get the likes up to 75. Shouts out to Saint and Sinner. Man, Saint and Sinner, man, whatever, man. Saint and Sinner is, I don't know. But I know my thing is he's getting all up in arms. I bet you, I'm going to tell you the truth. That motherfucker is probably a bigger asshole than Kevin. Like, I can tell by how he is. He's one of these niggas that probably like to flex on dudes, like to flex on dudes for bitches. But if a bitch don't do what he wants, he'll be the first person wilding the fuck out. Okay, so Hunter GKB says we all need some accountability so we can move forward as a group. I push back on that, and I'm going to say this. The black man, the heterosexual black male, is the most fucking held accountable entity in this country, like demographic. That's like you saying that somebody in prison needs to be fucking held accountable, just like the damn prison guard. That's literally what you just said. And I would say, I will give you this statistic to show you how off the chain what you say it actually is. There's about 740,000 black men that are in prison in the United States of America. That is actually down from like 900 to almost 1 million in recent years. It's trending down. That's the good news. Do you know how many women are in prison on the planet? By the way, when I say prison, I don't mean jail. I just mean prison. It's it's like 720K. That means there's more black men in prison in the United States of America than there are women in prison in the planet. But you want to tell me about fucking accountability. That's dude, I'm not trying to beat you up, Hunter, but that's the shit that I'm talking about, where people are not properly oriented. And I didn't know that until recently. By the way, that stat, I had to look that shit up because I didn't even believe that. Because I was like, nah, it can't be that on the planet. Because I've heard things like more black people in prison than in China, in communist China, like prison. I get that. But I was like, damn, I can't. And I had to look that up. So my point is, y'all need to check. When y'all say shit like that, everything you say is always geared to like being as close to in the realm of of normalcy is possible. And a lot of y'all don't have and I'm not talking about sheep here on this. I'm done with that. A lot of y'all don't really have a fucking clue on what the reality of the situation really is. You got women out here really thinking that like 15% of black men make six figures. Like, it's not just the women that are deluded. A lot of you niggas are deluded too. So y'all come in here and it's like, oh, you niggas are just complaining about women. That's all I hear. Because that's all you can hear because you're filtering it through the shit that y'all know. And that's our fault to a certain extent because we really need to have a introduction to the manosphere like playlist. We really need to. Where we take the best concepts that we have and y'all can just go through it so y'all know what the fuck we on. Because a lot of people will come in here and I don't know how, this ain't, like I said, this is not about Sheep because I don't know how long he's been in here because he's at a channel since 2016 like me. I y'all will come to random channels and then y'all will assume that's how the manosphere is across the fucking board. Like y'all gotta stop that shit. Well, we both need accountability. Like the system holds black men accountable. Everything holds black men accountable. That's not the problem. Black men are held accountable just by default of the structure. Black men can't skate for shit. Well, you know, you got a lot of these kids, these niggas having babies by these having babies with all these women. You're right. That's about 15% and really 10%. So the question is, if women, you can't hold a man accountable if a bitch is gonna just give him a baby. Oh shit. Okay, finally, that IHOP is open. That's good. So I get tired of driving. You can't do that. If a bitch, like, take NBA Youngboy, for example, because that's the only thing you can really say about a black male accountability, other than black men are the most homeless, black men are accountable. The only thing you can really kind of throw out there is fucking the baby shit. NBA Youngboy, for example, like 6, 7 bitches pregnant. Them bitches go to him to get a made to order baby. Yes, he should stop nutting in these hoes. But goddamn, like, these bitches need to stop fucking wanting to have a baby by him. Like, seriously. Well, I'm not saying all you niggas say something I don't like is on the gynocracy. And I wasn't saying he was on it either. But what I am saying is a lot of y'all, I look for the truth. Y'all look for like, okay, what's still in alignment with what reality is? Sort of shit. That's all I'm saying. I'm not here to shame y'all or anything like that. I'm just here to say, look, man, you're saying this. You're saying this, but this is what the reality of it is. So is that in alignment? Get that later. That's all I'm saying. Let's see what y'all said on further up. Well, nah, Jason Black at SWP. Jason Black kind of predates SWP a little bit. He is very arrogant. We all need to heal. Like that's some shit that people say when they ain't really got jack shit to say. Whenever you hear people saying heal, heal, heal over again, because Hunter, I'm seeing you said that multiple times. Like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, for real, we all need to heal. Like I can't stand that fucking term because that means it's the way black people use it is just I want to engage in a conversation without saying shit. Well, I mean, people make assumptions. What people make assumptions about is people make assumptions that the black manosphere is about complaining about women. The black manosphere is about talking about the relationship between black men and black women as a collective group and how that interferes with us moving forward as a people. That's what the black manosphere really talks about. The black manosphere, and see, even dating coaches misapply that as to you niggas ain't getting pussy. So if you niggas are getting pussy, you niggas will be fine with all the black gynocracy shit. The black gynocracy shit only exists if you don't get pussy, according to a lot of dating coaches. Because their mindset is, I need to sell you dating coach you. So that's all they see. That's one. So it's none of them want to see that, because a lot of people, this is, you see it even in the white boys when it comes to like the shit that they're dealing with. They're just dealing with it coming up. We're dealing with it top down. Nigga. So Dusty's saying it doesn't exist in your life if you don't want it to. That's all, brother. Okay, so white supremacy doesn't exist in your life if you don't want it to. Racism doesn't exist in your life if you doesn't want it to, right? Like, are you fucking serious? So like, if you talk about like as a black, like I'm 5'5" and I'm light skinned. Yes, I've had some interaction with the police, but I don't go through the shit that a nigga that's 6 foot something is gonna go through. So because of that, I can just say, oh, it's something you doing, nigga. It don't exist. That's retarded. Well, global warming doesn't exist if you don't want it to. That's retarded. What you're really saying is, I gotta see it in my face and bite me in the fucking ass more than once for me to recognize, oh shit, Houston, we have a problem. Intelligent people don't think that way. This is a big reason why black people stay where they are. Black men, shit. It ain't a problem until she say I'm pregnant. Now, oh shit. What we gonna do? And where are you niggas when BGS has a string? Talking that shit. What are you talking about? We got old, like a lot of black men on this subscriber shit are like older black men. Like, what are y'all talking about? So Yusef Bryant said basically move to Africa. That's the solution. All of our problems voluntarily come from, no, because even in Africa, which is in Western culture, some of this shit happens. That's all it is. We need to heal. I mean, like now that Rebecca said that shit, that these niggas got their heartstrings pulled on. We need to heal. We need to heal. Like it's rare I've heard dudes use that terminology. Like, we need to heal. What are you talking about? Y'all haven't even properly diagnosed the problem yet. Heal what? You don't know. I'm gonna check my Cash App. Niggas talk about we need to heal. I appreciate the $50 Cash App Roast Master. Definitely appreciate it, man. Let's get those likes up. Let's get them over 100.